The town is facing a need to raise taxes to fund both the high school and an impending operating deficit. A plan to build a new high school needs voter approval this spring to raise taxes over 2.5% in order to stay in the state's school building pipeline. And as forecast by town officials for some time, Arlington will soon be spending more than it takes in, leading to a need for an override vote. In its continued push to get people to understand why a new high school is needed, the AHS Building Committee held a public tour this week. APN went along as people experienced traversing the various buildings, all built at different times. High school principal Matthew Janger often looking at a sheet himself, trying to figure out how to get from one point to another, making sure to show the cramped band room that accommodates 140 people, out-of-code lab space, and the 1.5 miles of cavernous hallways.
The third floor is the only floor that goes everywhere. So when kids are trying to navigate, we always have to tell them to come back to the third floor, go over to one of the other buildings, and then go to where it is they want to go. The wayfinding in the current building will be much, much easier than this.
I think it's really critical that people actually see what it's like. And I just find it very claustrophobic, very hot. Science classrooms are completely jam-packed.
The High School Building Committee will hold their latest forum on Monday the 14th at Town Hall beginning at 7 p.m. We'll have coverage. And this meeting is to focus on the projected cost. It's expected to be about $308 million. For tours, stories, and other videos, log on to our AHS website at ACMi.tv, listed on your screen. When it comes to when to ask residents to approve a tax increase for the school and town's operating budget, the Select Board is looking at June. They discussed strategy at their January 7th meeting, the consensus being that 2 increases at once is easier to explain to voters and gives the town some time to adjust if the operating override should fail before it is needed in 2021.
Should the operating override fail, that would cause us, and I believe the town manager, to make specific choices about the budget where we would start making cuts.
I think we need to explain the reason for the tax increases that we all just got in the mail. I think that will help.
For a lot of residents don't know what the difference between an override and a debt exclusion is, and this allows us to have a process that says these are what you're voting on.
The average single-family homeowner would pay an additional $100 to over $500 on their annual tax bill if an override is approved for 2020. It could go up to over $900 if not implemented until 2021. That's your snapshot around Arlington. I'm Brenda Mahoney.